Today I want to talk to you about something really exciting. My husband's done his first solo bee removal. He recently joined the local beekeeping group in our area, and a homeowner reached out to them asking if they had anyone who'd come to their house and remove a hive that had established itself in the wall of their house. So the first step was Richard going up to the house and doing a site inspection, checking where the bees were and what he'd have to do to get the bees removed, and then obviously fix the panel for the homeowner. So come along with us today. We're going to show you everything that he did. It was pretty interesting, so come along.
Well, first we're going to remove some of these bushes from here, and then we'll get to the hive that's sitting behind the wall there. So hopefully it should be plain sailing. Well, now I can see what I'm up against. It's making it a little easier. So they're all in that one little sheet of wall cavity there, so we should be fine.
There was a buzz in the timber, a hum through the hall. A family of honeybees had built in the wall. A call from the beekeepers, a hand raised up tall.
For a first solo removal, preparation is everything. Protective gear, hive, boxes with frames, a smoker to calm the bees, a hive brush, and of course a plan to patch the wall afterwards. He opened up a small section first, just enough to see inside and introduce a little smoke into the cavity. Smoke is a beekeeper's best friend. It doesn't harm the bees, but it masks their alarm pheromones and encourages them to stay calm. Once they settled, the rest of the sheeting came off, and there it was, a beautiful, fully developed hive, built neatly inside the wall. Quite a sight for a first solo removal. Now came the delicate part. Slowly and carefully he cut sections of comb from the wall and placed each piece of brood into frames, securing it with rubber bands. This is a skill every beekeeper learns with practice, but doing it for the first time on a live rescue was a challenge he was ready for. The brood was placed in the centre with honey on either side, just as the bees had arranged it in the wall. Once the comb was secured, he used a hive brush to gently scoop up the remaining bees. Then came the highlight of the day, spotting the queen. Getting her safely into the hive box was a huge success. Once she was inside, the rest of the colony began marching after her. That moment was a real confidence boost. Here's a quick fun fact about them. A honeybee colony is like a little super organism, with each bee having its own job. You've got the queen, who can live up to 5 years and is the mother of the entire hive. Bees, which are all female, only live about 6 weeks in summer, but during that time they do everything. Clean the hive, feeding larvae, guarding the entrance, and of course foraging the nectar and pollen.
Heart finds peace in the bees.
Then there is the drone, the male bees, whose main role is to mate with queens from other hives. What's really amazing is how bees communicate. They actually perform what's called a woggle dance to tell other bees where flowers are and how far away they are. Bees are also critical pollinators. About 1/3 of the food we eat relies on them. So whenever we rescue and rehome a hive like this, it's not just about moving bees, it's about protecting an important part of our ecosystem. Inside a hive, bees build comb made of perfect hexagons. These hexagon cells are amazingly efficient. They hold the most honey with the least wax. The comb has different zones too. Brood comb in the centre where baby bees develop, pollen sorted nearby, and honey packed around the edges. This organisation keeps the colony strong, safe and well fed. Honey isn't just nectar in a jar. Forager bees collect nectar and bring it back to the hive, where house bees chew it for about half an hour, mixing it with enzymes. Then they spread it out in the comb and fan it with their wings until enough water evaporates. When the honey is thick and ready, they seal the cell with wax. That's how we end up with a natural food that never spoils.
Smoky clouds are rising until the hard work was done. Queen in her palace, and the workers all run.
Bees may be small, but they're powerful. A single bee can visit around 5,000 flowers in one day. Their wings beat 2,000 times per second, giving that distinctive buzz, and bees can even recognise human faces, a skill most insects don't have. No wonder they're often called nature's little miracle workers. Bees change their behaviour with the seasons. In spring and summer, the hive is buzzing with tens of thousands of bees, busy collecting nectar and pollen. But in the winter, the colony shrinks and forms a tight cluster to keep warm, with the bees shivering their wing muscles to maintain heat. The queen slows down her egg laying. The hive lives off the honey they stored earlier in the year. It's an incredible example of teamwork and survival. Something I found really interesting was that drones don't mate with the queen from their own hive. That would cause inbreeding and weaken the genetics of the colony. Instead, they reach maturity, they fly out to a special area called drone congregation areas, or DCAs. These are like bee mating spots in the sky where drones from many hives gather. When a virgin queen takes her mating flight, she flies to a DCA and mates with multiple drones, usually 10 to 20, sometimes more. Each drone that mates with the queen dies in the process, and the queen stores all that sperm in a special organ called the spermatheca. That single flight gives her enough genetic material to fertilise eggs for the rest of her life, which might be up to 5 years. So yes, the drone's main purpose is to mate with queens from other colonies, keeping bee populations genetically diverse and strong.
Well, consider I've got the queen in the box here. Just going to open this up now. Let them start running in and out of there. They seem to be happy enough. Still a few bees up on the wall there. I'll just go up to the shop here now and get some, get a bit of Hardiflex to fix her up. And away we go. So hopefully I've successfully removed the hive from the wall. So, still a few bees around there, but we'll gather them up in a bit. We should be fine. Sheet of ply that I need is 900 by 560. And if I get 2 lengths of timber at 800mm, they should be plenty. Well, this is my first ever wall removal from a house, so I picked up that new sheet there and tidied it up where the hive was in there, in behind an old sheet of Hardiflex, and now they're all happily moving into their new home, so go move. There we go, all the walls patched up for the people. So thank you people for allowing me to come and get your bees. And there's the bees in the box there now, the queen's in there. Part of the queen there when we put a big piece of comb in there, or the heap of brood, so she's in there and they're all happily moving in, so we'll come and get these later tonight, so more to come.
The whole process took a couple of hours. To make things easier, he even used the trailer as a work platform. When the hive was cleared, the wall cavity was patched, sealed neatly with adhesive and left looking good as new. One last step was leaving the hive box outside until nightfall. Bees that were still out foraging returned at dusk, and by the time he came back, the colony had all gathered inside. With everyone accounted for, the hive was loaded up and brought to its new home.
There was a buzz in the timber, a hum through the hall.
And here at their new place, the bees settled quickly, flying in and out, reclaiming leftover honeycomb, and beginning life in a hive that he now gets to care for. Beekeeping has become a real passion, and this first hive rescue marks the beginning of what I'm sure will be many more adventures. The bees are thriving. The joy of watching them at work is something truly special.
Queen in her palace, and the workers all run. A new home for the bees and a new life begun. He cleared out the bushes, made a way through.
Thank you for watching this journey. If you'd like to see more of our beekeeping adventures, homestead life and family projects, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is only the beginning.